If you suddenly lose control of the steering wheel while driving, shift into neutral and gently apply the brakes to slow down and come to a complete stop. Question 5. Why is it important to use your turn signals even when you do not see other vehicles around you? A. To conserve energy in the vehicle's battery. B. To practice your signaling technique. C. To avoid collisions, especially in situations when you think you are safe. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. To avoid collisions, especially in situations when you think you are safe. Explanation. Signaling should be a consistent habit, even when no other vehicles are in sight, to prevent collisions by clearly communicating your intentions. Question 6. How should you warn drivers behind you if you see a collision or hazard ahead on the road? A. By turning on your emergency flashers. B. By lightly tapping your brake pedal 3 or 4 times. C. By using a hand signal for slowing and stopping. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Explanation. If you can see a collision or hazard ahead, warn drivers behind you using one or all of these methods. 1. Turn on your emergency flashers. 2. Lightly tap your brake pedal 3 or 4 times. 3. Use a hand signal when slowing and stopping. Question 7. In extremely foggy conditions, if you are driving at 45 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, you could be cited for A. Driving too fast. B. Driving within the safe speed range. C. Obeying the speed limit appropriately. D. Driving too slow. The correct answer is A. Driving too fast. Explanation. In extremely foggy conditions, if you are driving at 45 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, you could be cited for driving too fast, as such conditions warrant reduced speeds. Question 8. What should you do when approaching a stopped vehicle letting pedestrians cross? A. Pass carefully. B. Honk to alert the driver. C. Turn around. D. Stop completely behind it. The correct answer is D. Stop completely behind it. Explanation. When approaching a stopped vehicle allowing pedestrians to cross at an intersection, you should stop completely behind it. Question 9. What should you do if a pedestrian is crossing your lane without a crosswalk? A. Honk and keep going. B. Stop and let them finish crossing. C. Swerve around them. D. Flash headlights and drive forward. The correct answer is B. Stop and let them finish crossing. Explanation. When you encounter a pedestrian crossing your lane without a crosswalk, stopping and allowing the pedestrian to finish crossing is the most responsible and safe course of action. Question 10. What must you do before crossing a sidewalk when exiting an alley or driveway? A. Slow down and honk continuously. B. Speed up to avoid pedestrians. C. Always stop before the sidewalk or crosswalk area. D. Honk and proceed. The correct answer is C. Always stop before the sidewalk or crosswalk area.
Takis has intense flavors, but not all are spicy. Takis Intense Nacho Chips, zero heat, but intensely cheesy flavor. Takis Fuego Chips, only a few reach this level. Takis, all intense, not all spicy.
Ready to start a hands-on career? At Universal Technical Institute, you can get focused automotive training and use tools and technology found in the field. And here's the best part, you can graduate in less than a year. Start building your future. Apply today.
Explanation. You must always stop before crossing the sidewalk or crosswalk area when coming from an alley, private driveway, or building within a business or residence district. Question 11. How can you tell if you're in a truck's blind spot? A. If the truck driver is continuously honking. B. If you can't see the truck driver in the truck side mirror. C. If the truck is using turn signals. D. None of the above. The correct answer is B. If you can't see the truck driver in the truck's side mirror. Explanation. You can tell if you're in a large truck's blind spot if you cannot see the truck driver in the truck's side mirror. Question 12. What should you do when a truck is approaching from the opposite direction? A. Drive faster to pass quickly. B. Move closer to the center line. C. Keep as far to the right as possible. D. Honk to alert the driver. The correct answer is C. Keep as far to the right as possible. Explanation. When you encounter a truck coming from the opposite direction, keep as far as possible to the right side of the road to avoid being sideswiped. Question 13. When the light turns green, what should you do before moving into the intersection? A. Move into the intersection without stopping. B. Pause briefly without relying on other vehicles to obey traffic rules. C. Stop until the light turns red. D. Speed up immediately to clear the intersection quickly. The correct answer is B. Pause briefly without relying on other vehicles to obey traffic rules. Explanation. At a traffic signal, when the light turns green when you're about to enter an intersection, you must pause and check the traffic. Question 14. If two vehicles meet on a steep, narrow road and neither can pass, which vehicle has the right of way? A. The vehicle facing uphill. B. The larger vehicle. C. The faster vehicle. D. The vehicle facing downhill. The correct answer is A. The vehicle facing uphill. Explanation. The vehicle facing downhill must yield because it has better control when backing up compared to the vehicle facing uphill. Question 15. What must you do in a school zone when children are present? A. Reduce speed to 20 miles per hour and yield to anyone in the crosswalk. B. Honk to warn pedestrians. C. Maintain normal speed. D. Speed up to pass quickly. The correct answer is A. Reduce speed to 20 miles per hour and yield to anyone in the crosswalk. Explanation. When approaching a marked school zone between 6:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. on days when school is in operation and children are present, you must reduce speed to 20 miles per hour and stop and yield the right of way to any children or adults in the crosswalk area. Question 16. If warning lights start flashing while you're already crossing the tracks, what should you do? A. Stop immediately. B. Back up. C. Keep moving until you're clear of the crossing. D. Call the police. The correct answer is C. Keep moving until you're clear of the crossing. Explanation. If you are crossing the tracks and the warning lights begin flashing or the gates start coming down, don't stop. Keep moving until you finish driving through the crossing before the train arrives. Question 17. When is it legal to turn right on a red light? A. After slowing down. B. After a complete stop, unless a sign prohibits it. C. Anytime you want. D. Only in emergencies. The correct answer is B. After a complete stop, unless a sign prohibits it. Explanation. Unless prohibited by a sign, you may turn right on a red light after you come to a complete stop at the proper stopping point, stop line, or crosswalk. Question 18. How should you use a two-way left turn lane? A. Enter it early and drive in it for a long distance. B. Use it to pass slower traffic. C. Signal. Move into it shortly before your turn and turn when safe. D. Only use it when there is no oncoming traffic.